cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. Yeah, all that I got, I give it everything. They lost the plot, they think I'm menacing. They wanna talk, but I ain't settling. Circle is tight, feeling like better rings. Whole lot of globetrotting, man, they don't know nada. Bro, gotta show something to me and go harder. So proper, nah, not that, we sure gotta give it all raw now. They're like Don Goddess. All that I got will never stop. I give it all. Straight to the top, will never fly. I give it all. They want me rock, I never blow. I give it all. Whoa. What you say, my man? Give it all. Whoa. Hey, give it all, give it all. Whoa. Yeah, stand tall, give it all. All that I have, I let it be. Cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. What do you think when people look at me? 100 degrees tougher than Booker T. Couldn't agree more, but could it be? I think higher than them all. Truthfully, my pen fire and then some. Apply the addendum. Take this whole thing for ransom. Give it all I got for attention. Not a mention of life well lived, for instance. Give it all.
Runs by him, jumps on it, boom, takes on left hand, punch it. They end up winning 50-36.
people is giving the damage. They turn into animal savage. Serranos and hippos and mammoths. The hero was coming, I'm locked in. You know that I'm winning, I'm top 10. You know that I came from the dog pen. You want it, you get it, you drop dead. The rebel who came from the bottom. My enemies know that I got it. I'm planting my seeds in gardens, then watching them sprout and harvest. The greatest was always in my plans. Battle the kid is white flags. Not on my level where I stand. Got it, I'm shooting a hot hand. Out of the gym, I was locked out. I failed, the kid was a dropout. I changed the game and it's up now. The city that need me is clear now. The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the Sandman, I can tap dance through the energy blast. Run flat, never pop your orbit. I keep energy and storage. I see spinning the globe, my fingertip itch. If I could pluck the earthquake hit, look at the wrist, look at your body, I shake it and shift. Big fish in a small pond, Godzilla with a boot on. I step into your lawn, turn skyscrapers into croutons. Hit the button going high speed, need a megaphone to announce me. I move through the pygmies in the top pick, got a big fleece. Sit back, better breathe deep. Look around and they looking at me. 10 toes still never defeat. Push button never needed a key. I see they ain't ready for me. Hot boy still 100 degrees. I cross eyes and I dotted the T's. E&D till I leave in peace. The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the
Wish them good luck for the remainder of their senior year and good luck in all of their future endeavors.
I give it all that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never stop. I give it all that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. Yeah, all that I got, I give it everything. They lost the plot, they think I'm menacing. They wanna talk, but I ain't settling. Circle is tight, feeling like better rings. Whole lot of globe trying, man, they don't know nada. Bro, gotta show something to me and go harder. So proper, nah, not that, we sure gotta.
the goal at Monroeville as the 9-0 Eagles take on St. Paul to wrap up the regular season. Week 10 is here. Can the Eagles finish it undefeated? Find out next. It's St. Paul versus Monroeville on the OH Report. Next.
Our Monroeville Eagle football seniors, a remarkable group of young men who have shown unwavering commitment and dedication to this team and our community. Through their years, they
We are here at Monroeville where they are celebrating their seniors tonight. We are going to stay here for the senior night ceremony, and then we will take a break before we get into the pregame show. Week 10 here at Monroeville, St. Paul versus Monroeville.
Let's give a warm round of applause to our seniors as we celebrate their hard work and determination and the legacy that they will leave behind. Thank you, Eagles, for your enduring spirit and for making us proud. Fly high, Eagles. And now the seniors, Leonard Rader. Number 10, Evan Bickford. Number 11, Landon Hirschberger. Number 20, AJ Forrest. Number 26, Gavin Howey. Number 59, Randy Stein. Number 53, Jackson Hendrick. Number 55, Kevin. And number 60, Daniel Whitaker.
Picking up new hobbies such as cooking is another manly way to avoid depression and reduce stress. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make my world-famous guaco mahogany. First, mash up 5 or 6 of these green things. Then add hot sauce, this lettuce stuff, these red things, salt, some of this stuff, and limes, and finally, bacon to taste. Delicious.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
high school. It is week 10 in the regular season. Tonight we are at Monroeville with St. Paul coming into town to take on the undefeated Eagles. You are tuned in to the NOMS Access Orthopaedics pregame show. I'm Mark Bollinger along with my partner Josh Banks. And Josh, this should be a great matchup. A Monroeville team that is 9-0 and has pitched 5 straight shutouts.
On the flip side of things, you've got a St. Paul team that started the season 0-3. They're 5-1 since, and they're looking to pull off the upset tonight and take a share of the Firelands title.
So they're not only out here tonight battling for a Firelands Conference title, but this also is a matchup that has huge implications for the playoff picture in Division 7, Region 25. If these two teams stayed where they were right now, we could see a rematch in the first round of the playoffs. But before we get to that, tonight, like you said, Monroeville, St. Paul, the Flyers wanting to pull the upset over the undefeated Eagles. And for Monroeville, perfection is the goal. They're 9-0. Can they finish it off with a W here in Week 10?
And that's what we're going to have to wait and see, as that'll take us out of our NOMS Access pregame show and into game time.
So
Monroeville's going to return first.
The Flyers will be kicking off here. Sophomore Nate Griffin handling the place kicking duties for the Flyers. Great atmosphere here tonight in Monroeville. Exactly what you want in week number 10. A huge game with two good ball clubs. And we are ready to get underway, and the lefty kicks it off short. It is going to be fielded at about the 28 and returned out to about the 37-yard line. That's where the Eagles are going to take over.
While they take the field, let's go ahead and take a quick look at those Eagles. As you said, 9-0 on the year, led by head coach Taylor Nestor. A win here tonight. They finished the season undefeated and clinch a 1 or 2 spot in the postseason.
So a lot on the line here for both these squads. And first snap, Benfer's going to roll right, and he's going to cut it up, and one play and a gain of about 11. Move the chains, first down Monroeville.
And how about that? You know, we're going to talk about Mr. Benfer here in a minute, but he's a dual threat quarterback that loves to run the football.
Well, not only does he run it, he runs it well, averaging almost 12.1 yards per carry. So Eagles at midfield. Benfer throws, incomplete.
And that's not something we've seen. We've got the stats right here in front of us. Benfer, not really a thrower. I mean, he's only attempted 81 passes on the year, completes at a 58% clip, but he's ran it 98 times on the year.
He comes in averaging over 130 yards per game on the ground. Handoff up the middle off left tackle, and St. Paul there to make the stop. Landon Rader on the carry. On the tackle there was Ben Bloom for St. Paul.
And a great job so far. Benford had the big run on first down. They tried to throw one. They give it to Rader after that. I expect to see a Benford keep right here on this play.
So 3rd and 7 here. First possession of the night for the Eagles. High snap over Benford's head. He's going to scramble back. It's still loose. And it looks like Benford's going to get on it, but the high snap is going to cost them serious field position. Ball goes all the way back to about the 42-yard line, and the Eagles are going to be forced to punt on their first possession.
And not something that you want to have happen on your first possession if you're the Eagles. You don't want to see that be the issue.
Well, what started off as a promising drive, big first play gain by Benford, deteriorates rapidly there. Punt is away. St. Paul's going to let it hit. Now fields it inside the 30, breaks a tackle. Outside to the 30 line, good tackle there by Raider. Landon Fries on the return. St. Paul's starting field position on their own 36-yard line. Handoff right side, out over for the 41 for about a 5-yard gain.
Nick Pocus, number 28.
Pocus. Pete. Handoff, Pocus again. Over the left side, out to about the 44. Bring up 3rd and short. Big play here early in the ball game. See if the Monroeville defense can get another stop. As we said, 5 straight shutouts, and the
We're gonna have a false start
up there showing blitz, force St. Paul into the false start. But we were talking a little bit about that Monroeville defense. 5 straight games with a shutout. They defeated South Central 41-0, New London 71-0, Western Reserve 48-0, Mapleton 49-0, Plymouth 59-0. Just absolute domination the last 5 weeks here for the Eagles. 5-yard penalty backs it up to the St. Paul 40. 3rd and 6, quick pitch, Pocos. Outside, he has the first down and a little bit more. So big conversion there for the Flyers.
Great run by Pocus. He came back just a few weeks ago. And that's a phenomenal run for him to kind of get things going. It helps them tremendously when they have somebody else that they can give the ball to that's not Landon Fries.
Well, and you talked a little bit about the slow start to the season. Injuries have played a role in that for St. Paul. Finally getting healthy, trying to do some damage. Freest on the carry. He'll gain about 3. Beautiful Friday night here at Monroeville. It's hard to believe we are in week 10 of the high school football season. Fumbled handoff, and Freese is going to get on it. So both teams having a little bit of trouble with the football.
Both teams have a little bit of trouble with the football, and it's really, really, really dangerous plays for both teams. Is now your 3rd and 15 for St. Paul.
It's exactly what Monroeville's defense would like. Situation 3rd and long. Defensive line can pin their ears back and try to get to the quarterback. Instead, handoff, Pocos, and he's brought down.
It's going to be short.
Pomerich on the tackle. 4th and 8 from the 45. Here's St. Paul's considered going for it.
It's a tough spot. You're way too far for a field goal, but you're on the 45, so do you take the chance here?
I think you have to play field position right here. See if they can pin them deep.
Benfer, the punt returner for this squad as well. Freeze, great punt.
And doesn't call for the fair catch. Benfer fields it. Immediately dropped there for no return. So the Eagles on their second possession. He pinned back, start first down on the 15.
A big drive for the Eagles.
Well, we talked about the domination that they have displayed over the last 5 weeks. Knew this was going to be a tough one tonight. Benfer handoff. And another short gain. St. Paul there to ride down the ball carrier. That was Colton Clark on the carry.
One thing about the Eagles is they have plenty of guys that they can hand the ball off to. Benfer, obviously the main one, but they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've got 8 guys on the roster that have carries for the season.
They like to spread it around a little bit, and when you're winning as big as they have, it makes it a little bit easier. And the St. Paul defense there again. A loss of about 3 on the play. And now it's Monroeville facing 3rd and long.
As you see here on a Civista Wealth Management replay, the 2 inside guys just blew up the middle of the Monroeville offensive line and met him in the backfield.
3rd and 10 in their own 17. Benford fakes. He rolls. He looks. He's got a man open.
Downfield.
And just a little high.
Overthrown. He had him too. Benford takes it, rolls left. He's got a man wide open downfield, just out of the reach.
Nice route there by Derek Ackerman. Created separation. Gave Benford a wide open target. Just couldn't hit him. And 2 possessions. Looks like 2 punts here for the Eagles.
Benford the punt. Landon Freeze to return for St. Paul. Their big play guy.
St. Paul should get good field position. Fair catch, 49-yard line. So St. Paul will start in Eagles territory.
Who's going to score first? Who's going to get another first down first? We've had 1 first down so far here in the game, and it was on the first play of the game on an Evan Benford run.
So again, great starting field position for the Flyers. 1st and 10, starting the drive at the Eagles' 47-yard line. Handoff, Freeze, left side. Gain of a couple.
And what's funny is you see these 2 teams, they're Firelands football. This is what Firelands football is all about. They're going to get in the wishbone. They're going to get they run a power I. They'll run a T formation backfield. They're going to run it down your throats. However, when they played Crestview 2 weeks ago, I was at Norwalk, and Grant Coonley, the quarterback, had himself a night.
Coonley almost fumbled the snap again, was barely able to get it handed off.
And you'll see it right here.
Yeah, he did. You could see him fumbling, couldn't get a hold of it.
And both of these defenses standing tall so far here in quarter 1. And the thing about it is, you get in these types of games, Mark, we're already inside of 5 minutes, quarter number 1.
It was a little bit different than a lot of the games we've covered this year. We've just been in situations with games that we have done where we've just seen teams throwing it all over the place. Tonight, 2 predominantly runs it. And another bad snap over the quarterback's head. And here comes the Eagles defense and sacked. So both teams are having trouble with the quarterback center exchange. The snap for Monroeville earlier cost them on third down. And now St. Paul returns the favor. Bad snap over the quarterback's head. And it's going to bring up 4th and long.
Cooper Cleary got there quicker than Grant Coonley could move. And now Landon Freeze has an opportunity here to flip the field with a good boot. But you're risking giving the Eagles good field position as well.
I'm not sure if it's nerves because it's a big game here in Week 10 or what, but just both teams struggling here so far. Punt to Benford, fields it at the 25, 30, and dropped at the 34-yard line. So a promising drive that started inside Monroeville territory, snuffed out due to the bad snap, and now it's Monroeville with a chance to do some damage here.
And I promise you folks, we do have a whole pregame to go through, but we haven't had a chance to talk about anybody yet.
1st and 10, ball on their 34-yard line. Benford fakes it, keeps it. Nice gain of about 5.
But again, he averages 12.2 yards a carry. He only gets 5 there, so it's a great job by this Flyer front to prevent him. It looks like they're going to give him about 4 on the spot.
And timeout
While
by the
we have a
Eagles.
timeout, let's go ahead and get into some of that pregame stuff. Let's talk about St. Paul first, Mark. Led by head coach Chris Dowdy, first-year head coach for St. Paul. They started the year 0-3. They got rolling. They got beat by Western Reserve, one of the top 3 teams in the Firelands, and then they've rattled off 3 straight, including a phenomenal game against Crestview. They're looking to come in here tonight, like we already talked about, upset Monroeville and force a share of the title. And I mean, they're led by we haven't seen him throw the ball yet. But before he comes out here, we're going to go ahead and talk about him. Both teams are taking the field. Grant Coonley, the sophomore quarterback, he's got 661 passing yards on the year with 6 passing touchdowns. But it's his mental, his ability to, he hasn't had the best season, but he's bounced back since the beginning of the year and continually gotten better as a sophomore.
Well, that's the thing. Young, inexperienced player. He's going to get better. He's got great size. But on the other side, here we go. Handoff, no. Keeping it, yes. Evan Benford, I can do this myself. First down, Eagles.
Well, and it's a lot like we've seen with that Ontario offense when we watched them play River Valley and when we watched them play Pleasant. It's a lot of that read stuff for Benford at the quarterback spot. You hand it off to your back 2 or 3 times in a row, and then you say, hey, they're going to run with him. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to get 10, 15, 20 yards.
Well, we've talked about big play Bogpen Miller from Ontario. Could it be big play Evan Benford tonight from Monroeville? And here we go. Slicing and dicing, but the flag's going to come in late. It's going to negate a gain of about 11.
Yep, it is going to be a hold. Don't quite see it on our replay, but when you, as a quarterback, when you roll the opposite way and you try to get a corner, it's really hard for your line to hold those blocks as long as they need to allow you the opportunity to get in space.
Well, the good news for some of those linemen is playing with Evan Benford. You don't have to hold the blocks that long. He is slippery and quick.
Yeah.
He can change direction. Just get that first block and let him do the rest. Handoff, Raider, left side,
He
40,
breaks the tackle.
45,
He's got the
50,
edge.
45, 40, inside the St. Paul 40. Big run by Landon Rader.
Let's look at it again, and this is just a great job by the line. You get big number, it looks like 50. Hayden Ryan's going to come over. He's the lead blocker on that counter, and he does a great job of creating that hole for Rader.
Eagles in business in St. Paul territory. Handoff, Rader gets behind his line, just puts his head down and goes.
He's still going.
What a job. And in there you see pushing the pile, Evan Benfer. They just followed again. Bryson Dunlap tucked in behind him.
You see him, he got in there, he got into a crowd, he put his hands on his offensive lineman, he followed them, and he did everything the right way to get 7 yards.
And another big first down play for the Eagles, putting themselves in a great situation. 2nd and 3.
New back in the backfield. Benfer's going to keep this one. He's got a hole on the right side, and he's just so big and strong. It's hard to bring him down on that first tackle.
Well, 6 foot 165, but he is elusive. And that run by Benfer is going to get enough for another Eagles first down. So 1st and 10. Monroeville knocking on the door. Ball now at the St. Paul 25. Trying to strike first here in week 10.
Bring a man in motion.
Fakes the handoff, Benfer up the middle. Gain of about 4.
Adam Roth and Gunnar Cluding there to make the stop on Benfer.
Fake the handoff to Hershiser. Benfer kept it. Gain of about 3.
Yeah, they brought Clark in motion there, didn't give it to him, faked it to Hershiser up the middle, and then Benfer kept it. And that's a really good job by the two guys in the middle for St. Paul to read everything correctly and be able to make the tackle on the quarterback.
4s to the left of Benfer. Hershiser in motion. Benfer looks.
He's got a hole up the right side. He wanted to throw it. Instead, he's going to take off.
So
he's going to have another first down.
It wasn't drawn up that way. Basically a quarterback draw. He was looking to his left, didn't see anything, cuts it right, and gets another first down. So Benfer using his legs, but that is going to bring us to the end of quarter number 1. Monroeville 14 yards away from pay dirt. We come back. You will be watching a second quarter action here from Monroeville. After the first quarter, Monroeville 0, St. Paul 0. You're watching Friday Night Football live and free on the OH Report.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
Welcome back to Monroeville High School, where we are watching the Eagles take on St. Paul. Mark Bollinger along with Josh Banks. A scoreless first quarter here in this Week 10 Firelands Conference matchup, but Monroeville is in business. 1st and 10 from the St. Paul 14.
Monroeville in business. He's going to hand it off this time.
That was Connor Boers. Connor Boers. Gain of about 3.
Number 54, Tristan Nicolai on the tackle for the Flyers.
It'll be interesting to see how long till St. Paul opens up the playbook. Monroeville goes down here and scores. You struggled to run the ball against them on your first 2 drives. When do you open up the playbook?
Benfer rolls left, gonna keep it. Finds a hole, runs over a defender, put his shoulder down and created contact. First down, Eagles big run by Benfer with a finish.
Benfer lowered the shoulder. He said, "You're not going to tackle me. I'm going to tackle myself by running you over."
Senior night here at Monroeville, and the senior quarterback lowers his shoulder and lowered the boom. First and goal. Ball from the 4.
From the 4. Benfer to keep.
He fights and reaches, and
just short.
They're going to mark him just short. I think you're going to get another dose of Benfer here, though.
This is a situation where
no need to give it to anybody else.
But
if you want to, you can.
Hey, tush push, right? Philadelphia Eagles do it consistently. Get under center and just let him go up the middle.
I don't think he needs it.
I don't think he does either.
He's going to have backs on each side of him.
I almost expect him to go left side. They got
Clark.
the right kind of loaded. He's just going to go right up the middle.
Met at the goal line.
And
it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Evan Benfer. Monroeville strikes first. 6-0 Eagles with 10:13 to go here in quarter number 1.
You're going to take a look at it here again, and this is exactly what you said. He took it up the middle, lowered the shoulder, and said, hey, look, nobody's going to stop me. I'm putting this one in the end zone.
Landestein in for the point after attempt to extend the lead to 7-0. Snap good, hold down. Kick is up and good. So 10-13 to go here. Monroeville scores first to take a 7-0 lead.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt.
Welcome back to Monroeville, where the Eagles just marched 66 yards and cashed in on an Evan Benfer 1-yard touchdown run to take a 7-0 lead here over the St. Paul Flyers.
How does Norwalk respond, Mark? They want to run the football too, but they have struggled here on their first 2 drives to do so.
Well, the good news for them is if they look around the league, at least they have company because pretty much everybody has struggled against this Eagles defense.
Yeah, there hasn't been very many points put up against this team at all this season. Not even the fact that they pitched 5 shutouts. They haven't given up very many points at all in those 9 wins.
But what a great Week 10 matchup. Hard-hitting, good football being played so far here in the first quarter and a few. Short kick. Lands at the 28. Ball is out and loose. Eagles recover. Oh, the turnover bug hits them.
And that's just a great job.
Right on the football.
And the scary part about this, Mark, is they just got their rhythm offensively on that last drive, and now you're putting Evan Benfer and this offense on the field again to go do it twice.
So big special teams play by Monroeville creates the turnover on the kickoff. Benfer hands off Boris. Hole immediately gets a first down.
First down, Monroeville. And it's big play first downs. It's 7, 8, 9, 10 yards on first down that really ignites this offense.
So ball on the 32-yard line. And St. Paul's going to call a timeout and try to calm this ball team down. So Monroeville scores on the ensuing kickoff. St. Paul fumbles, recovered by Monroeville. One play, first down for the Eagles. And you could just feel the momentum change completely here at the beginning of the second quarter in favor of the Eagles.
Well, I tell you what, you hear the momentum change. You see it on the field. Their offense really kind of moved down the field that last drive with ease. Benford got things rolling. The running backs really started to use their blockers and do it well. The big thing that we have here is St. Paul, again, think about this, Mark. These two teams that we're watching tonight are like the Lucas Cubs, okay? You get down 2, even maybe 3 scores, your offense isn't built to come back from that in a short amount of time. 9:25 left here in the half. It's 7-0 with Monroeville with a chance to go up 2 scores going into halftime. That's going to be tough for the St. Paul team to come back from.
Well, that's exactly right. This is a St. Paul team that in all ways right now needs to stem the momentum that the Eagles have. See if they can get a stop here. It is crucial as Monroeville trying to just take complete control of this ball game and wrap up an undefeated regular season and Firelands Conference championship. Benford,
He's going to keep
going left, has blockers, cuts it upfield, hit and dropped. There on the tackle for St. Paul, we don't have number 30.
He does not have a name on it. He is anonymous. Number 30.
But again, that's Benford doing what he does best. He got a hole. He ran through somebody.
So again, first down, big gain for Monroeville. 2nd and 3. Benford fakes the handoff, runs right, puts his head down, tries to move the pile.
And he does. That'll be a first down.
And just grinding out tough yards. And again, move the chains.
When you're getting a first down every 2 plays, the way you play the game of football when you're Monroeville, a first down every 2 plays lets you eat 6-7 minutes off of a clock. And now you can eat another 2, maybe 3 minutes off this clock before you punch it in. You're going to give them the ball back with under 5, and you're going to be up 2 scores if you score.
Myers resets on the other side. And
Benford's going to have to call a timeout. Play clock was running down. It got down to 0.
While we have a second here, throw some out some other scores to you from other games and teams that we have covered throughout the season. Looking at some MOAC scores in the second quarter, Shelby leads Pleasant 7-0. Harding and Galleon scoreless in the first. In the second quarter, Highland and Ontario tied at 7. In the first quarter, Clear Fork 13, River Valley 0.
Clear Fork, one of those sneaky good MOAC teams that started off rough, and they've really found a way to turn it on here late.
Ashland on top of Lexington 10-6 in the second. Upper Sandusky 14, Buckeye Central 0. Carey dominating Bucyrus early, 20-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah, not much of a surprise there.
Not much of a surprise there. Northmore and Loudonville still don't have a score on that. In the rivalry game in Morrow County, Mount Gilead leads Cardington 8-0.
How about this one? As Benford's he's gonna throw. Great throw and catch. Benford with the completion.
Completed to A.J. Boris.
Back to what I was going to say, Mark. When's the last time we seen Mansfield Madison leading the TY Tigers? 7-0.
It's been a long time. That's a Madison program that went through a rough stretch for a while, but they bounced back. But second and 1, handoff, right side, touchdown!
All the way into the end zone.
Connor Boris. He's going to go 13 yards. And Monroeville extends the lead to 13-0.
And that's what happens on a turnover. That's how you take care of a turnover.
So Monroeville leads 13-0, 7:53 to go. Point after.
Up and, I mean, there's no doubt about that when that went into the other parking lot.
And with that, Monroeville extends their lead. 7:53 to go here at Monroeville. It's Monroeville 14, St. Paul 0.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt.
Welcome back to Monroeville High School on a beautiful Friday night, Week 10 football action here on the OH Report. Mark Bullinger along with Josh Banks. And Monroeville scores a touchdown, gets a turnover, and quickly scores again, puts up 14 points in the span of about 3 minutes to take control here in the first half over Norwalk St. Paul.
There's a reason they're 9-0, and there's a reason they've pitched 5 consecutive shutouts. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I think this is a huge drive for St. Paul. They need to get something going here. I'm afraid if you turn it over or don't get some points, and the ball is loose, and they're going to still come up with it. But St. Paul, it's number 30. Sorry, we do not have his name on a roster anywhere, but he fumbled it, was able to get on it, but again, just some struggles taking care of the ball for St. Paul. With the fumble, they're going to have 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line.
And now we'll see what's St. Paul going to do. You're down 2 scores. Looks like they're going to stay in that.
Well, you do what you
2
do.
backs, Pocus.
And there's nowhere to go. Pocus tried to go to the short side of the field. And it may be a loss of 1 or 2 even.
That's what Monroeville's become known for this year, is the stout defense.
Great pursuit to the ball, and it is a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. As I was starting to say,
they've allowed 7 total touchdowns this season.
Yeah, I think it's just such a crucial drive for St. Paul to stay in this ball game. If the Eagles can get a stop and a score, this one could be over here in the second quarter, essentially.
So they're giving up on average 85.6 passing yards per game and 49 rushing yards per game. So they are giving up 130 yards per game defensively. And they've only allowed, in 9 games, they've allowed 49 points.
130 yards per game defensively is less than what Evan Benfer gains himself.
But Levi Rosbert has a wide open field. Almost stayed on his feet.
Well, they needed a big play, and they got it there.
Levi Rosbert, he had a couple big catches in the win against Crestview, and he does a great, if he stays on his feet. Benfer falling down right there is what saved that touchdown.
Coonley delivers, and St. Paul says, don't count us out yet.
And that's what I was saying. They open up the offense, let Coonley throw the ball. He has the weapons around him for them to be able to do that.
Coonley fakes the handoff. Look, he's got a guy open. Throws it. Caught. So again, playbook open. Connor Lindenberger, the 6'3 junior.
Under pressure, Coonley makes a great throw to Lindenberger. And again, you opened up the playbook.
Man, just when they needed it the most, the sophomore quarterback delivers. 2 straight big plays. Takes the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line. Now, if we haven't said it enough, just a reminder, Eagles have not given up a point in the last 5 games. They got through the first quarter unscathed here, but in quarter number 2, St. Paul is trying to put points on the board.
Here's your fear now if you're St. Paul. Now you're down there. You're on the 9-yard line. You can't really throw the ball.
You still have to get those last 9 yards.
You've got to get 9 yards, and this is a really tough spot to throw in. And this run defense is really, really good.
So 2nd and 7.
Expect it to go to Pocus on the right side.
Handoff.
Freeze on the left.
And he gets down to about the 5-yard line.
And
so
now
Freeze off left side.
3rd and goal.
Well, you would think it's going to be 4-down territory here.
Yeah, you can't kick. You can't go. Their
Field goals aren't going to win you games here.
Kicker can absolutely make this field goal. He made about a 25-yarder against Crestview to tie the game. But you're down 2 scores. Field goal is not an option.
And Monroeville scored on their last 2 possessions.
Yeah.
They've got some offensive momentum. You've got to answer with touchdowns.
Yes, you do.
3 at a time isn't going to be the answer.
They're going to go. This is that 3-back look they like to go to.
3rd and 5. Handoff, left side. Immediately hit. Fighting. Gains about 2, down to about the 3-yard line.
And the pursuit here by Monroeville. Everybody stayed home. Nobody left their lane.
And then they swarmed to the football.
4th and goal.
It's going to be 4th and a long one.
From the 1, I'd call it almost a 2. From the 4, 4th and 1. They can still get a first down. 4th and a long one.
Ball's on the 4.
They've only got 8 seconds to get the playoff, Mark.
They're going to have to call a timeout.
They cannot get out of the huddle and get the playoff in time. They're going to have to call a timeout here.
And they called it, yep. So they called it before they had the delay of game penalty. But a good drive has taken St. Paul down to the Monroeville 4. But they still have to punch it in.
And if you're head coach Chris Dowdy on the other side of the field, Mark, what's your plan here? Yeah, you've got 9 yards on 3 run plays. You're averaging 3 yards a carry. But this Monroeville defense isn't going to hand you a yard.
We've kind of seen that 3-back, full house backfield kind of look. A little, formation. Maybe Coonley fakes it and keeps it on a little bootleg action.
I would say that, or you almost give it to that first guy through. Give it to that fullback.
That's a fullback plunge.
Give it to that middle guy.
Or get Coonley under center and just go.
Or I tell you what.
But it's a long one.
I tell you what, though, wouldn't this be the time? I know it's not the time or place for, but put Pocus on one side, Freeze on the other, fake one, roll out, throw a little screen to one. I mean, there's so many options. Yeah. We'll see what Coach Dowdy called from the other side.
This is the kind of situation.
This could be the game right here.
This is a situation you work on it all year long. Big play. You got one play. What are you going to do? And fumble.
And Monroeville has the football. Or are they going to call Coonley down?
It wouldn't have mattered. It's still